Good morning. Well, good afternoon, my Periscope fam. How you all doing? This is SavvyMomElkie. How are you? So I just want to give you an intro to me. I am a mom, an educator, entrepreneur, coach, and just a resource full of resources. I'm always trying to give my friends, my colleagues, the people that I work with, great advice and resources for different things. So the thing that I want to try to do going forward with my Periscopes is using Tuesdays to kind of give tips, especially budget tips, because that's something that I've worked very hard to maintain and definitely, make the strongest effort to keep. So budgeting is always something that has been a challenge for me. I've struggled with it for years. I just can't commit to, at times, a particular number when it comes to my money. So what I decided to do is I hired a coach about 2.5 years ago. And I hired a financial coach because I was like, I cannot do this alone. I need support. I need help. I need accountability. And so once I hired that coach, he introduced me to this app. Now, apps are great because they're right to your phone. Even if you're like me, using your phone constantly for just about anything. So he introduced me to this budgeting app called Envelopes. So it's Envelopes. You can use it on your Android as well as your iPhone. Now, this app, what it does, you can connect up to several accounts, your banking, your checking, as well as any credit cards that you have or any loan accounts. And what it does, it will track what you spend using those accounts. Now, what you can do, you could set it up yourself where you're allowed to put a certain amount of money in an envelope. So it uses the old system of back in the day where people used to use actual paper envelopes and put cash in it and write on each envelope what they were going to use that cash for to spend it towards. So for example, if it was your gas bill, you put the amount of cash you needed. If it was your cell phone, if it's your food budget, your grocery budget, you would put a certain amount of money you intended to spend in that envelope, and that's all you spent. Well, this is done in an automated system for you on an app and online. You can access the system online as well. So that's how I'd been tracking my spending. Now, when I first started, let me tell you, I was not great at it. I struggled. I was always over budget. I was always overspending. But what is the neat thing about this and why I tell you to do this for yourself? Tracking your spending will tell you so much about, one, what is priority for you, and two, actually how your money is leaving your pocket. So for me, eating out is one of my budget killers. I love eating out. I love going to grab coffee. Coffee was something that I would get every morning. I'm telling you, every morning, 7 days a week, I would grab a cup of coffee. So what I did is I tracked my spending on coffee for 2 weeks. And when I found out the amount of money I was spending on coffee, because coffee on average, a really good cup costs you about $4 to $5 a cup, depending on whatever you put in it. So let's say it's $5 7 times a day. That's a significant amount of money that you're spending just on coffee that you could have used towards something else. So that's what I was doing. I was actually spending that amount per week. So I did it for 2 weeks, even sometimes buying 2 cups of coffee. And I was like, you know what? That's a lot of money just to spend on coffee or grabbing breakfast when I can make breakfast at home. So what I did, after I tracked it, I saw what I was spending, I decided to say, okay, the money that I was going to use for coffee, I will keep it and use that towards purchasing a Keurig. Because I knew then if I could make coffee at home, I would save money on my cups per day. With the Keurig, you're spending about, on those little K cups, you're spending maybe like 45 cents on a K-cup, plus whatever you purchase for the almond milk, you can, or whatever creamer you use, and if you add any other flavors to it. But I found that the coffee, one, was healthier because I was making it at home and putting the right ingredients in it, and two, I was saving the $63 or more that I might have been spending on coffee. So, but I wouldn't have known that had I not tracked it. I would have just thought, okay, whatever I'm doing works. You know, I'm getting my coffee, whatever. But once I could see, okay, over a 2-week span of time, that money that I'm spending isn't really helping me. It's actually causing me more money in the end. I had to say, okay, I'd rather have that $64 or whatever it was in my pocket than to keep spending it. And so I got to spend it in a different way. So with me buying the Keurig I found on sale. I caught a really good sale. I bought a whole system, and then I just bought the K-cups, and I still have K-cups from almost 3. I've had the Keurig for 2 months, and I still have K-cups from when I purchased it 2 months ago. And that's how I've been doing. I've been making my coffee. I actually have my Keurig with me, my thermos, which keeps it warm for a good few hours, so I'm not having to worry about having that hot coffee all the time. But yeah, so my tip for today is track your spending for 2 weeks on something that you know is killing your budget, and see how much you spend, and that will be telling. It will really open your mind to what you're valuing and what you're spending, and how that, and you'll start to figure out different ways to get what you need without spending the same amount of money. So I hope this was helpful. You can catch this on the replay. Please give hearts if you can. Again, this is SavvyMomElkie of Savvy Moms Unite, where I teach moms how to live life in the most practical, simple, and fun way. So thanks again for being on my scope. I appreciate it.